Hey everyone, Stephen Young back in another episode of Motivational Monday. So this week I want to talk to you about an experience I had last week. I actually ran into one of my old coaches, coached me probably 6 or 7 years ago. He was an instrumental figure in really propelling my career forward in the real estate business. And he really focused on the commission side and the sales side of things, but it's not quite like us where we sort of teach everything about the investing and the sales side. So one of the things we want to talk to you about this week, it was a story that they talked to us last week, and it's a story I want to relay to you as well. It's an incredible message. And imagine for a second you had to leave everything behind: your family, your comfort zone, your local community, your parish, your language, your culture, the food that you like to eat. Imagine you had to leave all that behind and go somewhere else. Let's just say for a second you went to a different country and you didn't speak the language, didn't know the culture, didn't like the food. What would you actually do? So the message this week is, if you take that idea in mind and say, look, there's probably people surrounding you right now who are in that very same situation. They have advantages and disadvantages that you may or may not have. Some of the big disadvantages, of course, is they don't have the connections that you have. They don't have the opportunities that you have. They probably don't have access to capital the way you have. These are big disadvantages for a lot of people in today's world. Yet they have some incredible advantages that most people don't take advantage of. They have an incredible work ethic because, most of the time, you really have to work 10 times harder just to get ahead or just to stay on par with the people who are in the same community who already have that network. They have, they struggle with potentially meeting people, but they have that sort of, attitude of let's just go meet anybody because it doesn't matter because I don't know anybody. So I have to start building that relationship. So they got the opportunity, they got that network of people they have to build. And the biggest one of all is they have this sense of, they sacrifice so much, so they're not going to let that sacrifice go to waste. And they wouldn't want to give up everything they knew in terms of what their life was, what their family was, to move forward and to say, look, that's a big sacrifice for me. I'm not going to let this opportunity waste away. Yet most people who are in the exact community that they're in with every opportunity at their disposal, they rely on their laurels. They don't have that work ethic, and they, that scarcity, that sort of what you've given up and that sacrifice you've made isn't there. So you lack that in drive and you lack that in your advantage over everybody else. So if you could combine the two things, you're almost unstoppable. And that's really what I want you to focus on this week. So one, look at where your opportunities lie. Look how many connections you have. Look at the opportunities surrounding you right in your little inner circle. And on top of that, really go after it this week. Really take advantage of everything that you have at your disposal. Work as though tomorrow doesn't exist. Work as though, you can never say no, or, someone's going to say, you made a sacrifice and it doesn't matter. Work as though you're going to make sure that tomorrow's going to be the best day ever, or today's going to be the best day ever. This week is going to be the best day ever. Make sure that what you do and your sacrifice are not done in vain. And that's really what I want you focusing on this week. That's my message from the top. Thanks.